I am up in Tamworth and I'm here with the Stone Queen herself, Chloe Brennan. So we've been trying to come up and train with Chloe for a while now. You are 2 weeks out from going up to Scotland and taking on the Dinnie Stones once again. We're going to do some training on the replica handles today. How's training been going and how are you feeling for the attempt?
So training had been going really well. Then I went on holiday and it's gone downhill a bit, so I'm hoping having you and Liz here today will give me a bit of a push, because this will be my last real heavy session if all goes to plan. So.
I am genuinely nervous today. I'm going to get outlifted by a small girl because I hurt my hand the other day, so I'm getting my excuses in nice and early, but I'll try. But this place is amazing. I'm sort of like in heaven right now. We'll have a look around, but you've got some really cool stuff in here. Obviously we've got the replica handles down here, but all these grip tools. There's even a dartboard. So for me, this is absolutely perfect.
Who'd have thought in a conservatory?
So Chloe wants to work up to pretty much the actual weight of the Dinnies, which is 188 kilos in one hand, 144 kilos in the other. I've only ever done the farmer's walk style pickups. Chloe will be doing the straddle style. I'm going to try and get her to teach me that way of lifting today, so should be interesting.
You're going to learn how to straddle today,
I'm going to learn how to do it the way of the Queen. You can have fun and try it. Now you're like expected to do it. There's a lot more pressure.
There's like people getting involved, like especially they're coming to film it, which is really cool. But I'm like, oh my god, if I don't lift this, I'm going to look like a right idiot. So you might see a tantrum today.
Yeah, excellent.
We want tantrums.
It was a really good one last time.
Chloe tantrums.
There's Gus.
You haven't been that good the rest of the time, have you?
There's baby girl. Hi.
In her fort.
Yeah, we've had to put a barrier up.
We should do some hub lifting later. This is like one of the best grip balls I've ever seen. It's got everything. Pinch blocks, rings. That's for wrist developer, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you squeeze it. And then we've got this
I think it's one of my baby.
Then it's just like a...
What is that?
Oh.
Look at this one. Penny pinch. So you attach the weights onto there and then you've got to like hold it with the index finger and thumb and lift as much weight as you can.
So there was a board with it all on.
Yeah.
And then Matt rubbed off all my scores, so...
That's not very nice.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was like close to the world record on it, and it was more than what Steffi Cohen did, which I was really excited about, because I'm not going to be in anything else.
Take it. Laz is in awe of this room.
I am. Like, there's a dartboard as well. Shall we see if we can throw some darts? First one was a bit off.
Oh,
that's
got a competition going on.
That's not on. Just beating me straight away. Right, let's go home.
It's a good sign. Shall we put some weight on?
Yeah.
To start with.
What sort of weight would you usually start with, Chloe?
So I used to start quite heavy, and then the other week I started really light, and I think that actually made things worse. So I think if you start like 175,
Okay.
and see
how it goes. Cool. You manage?
Yes, I can manage.
How dare implying that now? Come on.
It was more the awkwardness.
You're the Stone Queen, Chloe, not the Plate Queen.
Yeah. Come on, you can't be the queen of everything.
In the gym, people are like, "Do you want help with that?" I'm like, "No." And then always get the help.
You can't even be nice these days, can you?
No, you can't. Stop trying. Just leave us all alone.
So we've got 75 and 100 kilos on. And Chloe's going to teach me how to lift them properly.
So let me explain this all wrong and probably make a out of it. But what you want is to be aiming to be standing up completely straight when you lift them up. So the problem that a lot of people have with these, Gus, straddle over it, and then they stand like this,
Lift with their
and
back.
they try and lift it up, and it's not going to happen. So the more upright you can make yourself, the better the lift is going to be.
Okay.
And so Matt basically told me everything about Dinnie's. He sets them up every time I do it, and he says have one hand across the groin and the other hand across your butt, and that should give you a nice position to stand up with.
Just touch my butt.
Stay there. You know you can't come when I'm lifting. Stay. There we go. So, as we set up, you want the handle facing forwards. You have to move away, Guffy, or you'll get stood on.
Pick
And
up the dog with it.
do you use a hook grip or open grip?
With the walk, I did a hook grip.
Yeah.
I might try an open grip today.
Gus! Go outside, look. Come on. Yeah,
This is
come on.
the challenges that world record holders have.
Yeah.
I always use a hook grip just because that's what I'm going to use
Yep.
at the higher weights. So I've got my front hand across there, back hand across my butt, and then I'm going to stand up as straight as I can and just push my hips forward. If you try and lift with your hips back, it's never going to go up. So hips forward and up.
There's one thing I noticed with you compared to some of the other girls doing it, you were very upright in your positioning. Whereas all the other girls were kind of bent over trying to lift.
That's where I've been going wrong the last few weeks and it hasn't gone up. That's it. Where it lands on after your first lift is where they say like that's your...
That's where we want it. So we've got 125 on the front and 95 on the back this time. Is that right?
Yep. So every time you want, like if you're training this, you want the back pin to be like around 77%.
Was
of
that
the front one.
85, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be 20 kilos, shouldn't it? Loz is better at maths than me!
Maybe that's why it went badly. You just didn't know what you were lifting.
No, did it really wrong.
Let's go, Chloe.
Go stay there.
Come on. Good.
How does it feel in comparison to the side-by-side?
The side-by-side's weird because you kind of lift it lopsided like that. With that weight it doesn't feel too bad, but I think as it gets heavier it might feel a bit more challenging. I find it hard because I find it hard to get so upright. I've got to go so wide in the stance, and I'm not a natural sort of sumo type lifter. But it doesn't feel too bad at the moment. So
As I went so wide, it meant I could stay really upright, but because I'm not tall enough, I couldn't actually get clearance with that stance. So I've had to adapt my stance, and it's why I wear these.
What are you doing?
So I'm a bit higher.
yeah. But if you watch like Donna and Rebecca, they were very much sort of bent over trying to lift it, and you could tell their technique wasn't so good.
They're both a lot stronger than me, like there's no denying that. It's all...
But understanding
He's outside.
He's outside, oh good. You're playing again.
I think a lot of people as well get confused. They kind of see
Back
the total weight that you're lifting and relate it to a deadlift, but it's a different movement.
Yeah.
But no, it's very impressive, and it's, you know, doesn't matter how heavy it is, it's nasty on your hands.
Yeah,
It's
I can
such
feel
a
it already.
painful movement. But unless you've ever tried it, you don't know. So we're going to get Liz and Alexa to give it a go in a bit.
Chloe, say like at the Donald Dinnie Day when you're picking up the actual Dinnies, how do you warm up for that there?
So I'd start off with like my normal stretching routine and stuff, and then so they've got plates and pins there that we can use, which is really helpful. But I always find the more warm-ups you do, like the less likely you are to get it, because your thumb's just totally fatigued. So like at the Arnold, I think I did like 2 or 3 lifts before. I'd just done an event in the competition, so that warmed me up enough. But yeah, I just think a few lifts and then go straight in. But a lot of people will just go up there and go straight on the stones. But I think that's what makes it a feat of strength, isn't it? If it's a feat of strength, you should just be able to do it. It's not a technical thing like a deadlift world record.
Yeah. I didn't warm up for it.
No, you didn't. No.
My warm up for my walk record was lifting the stones.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be walking anytime soon. Although I do want to hold them a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like I lifted the ones at the Arnold, so...
You want to hold it now?
Yeah, like Annika holds a record for the hold on the real one. She got like 11 seconds or something.
Is that with or without straps?
Without straps. Annika's grip is...
Not many people have lifted them without straps, have they?
Not many women.
Not many women. I think me, Annika. I think Emma Jane did. But Annika's is the best lift by far. So it would be nice to just get a couple of seconds on there.
Yeah.
And see how we go. My last session I did 140, so if we go 145 and 107 to surpass it.
Cool.
And see how we go.
Let's go.
See if I can remember how I stood.
Come on, Chloe. Good. Shifted over slightly more.
Yeah, I started coming forward.
I think because we're different shapes, obviously, clearly.
You're putting them down in different places.
Yeah.
Not too many people your size manage to get that upright position.
That's good. That's because I'm slimmer now.
Slimming me, Val.
You'll do a cartwheel in a minute.
How much do you weigh?
At the moment, about 70 kilos.
You're going up a weight class, aren't you, Chloe?
She's getting bigger and I'm getting smaller.
I went to Mexico and I was like, definitely going to get to 73 kilos and I lost like a kilo.
I always lose weight on holiday because you can't eat as much because you're eating like 3 times a day rather than normally when you're a strength athlete you're eating 5 or 6 times a day. But yeah, we've got about 50 kilos between us. So no, 60 kilos between us. So she's pretty strong.
Shortening.
Yeah. Well, there was a time
now.
I was 100 kilos more than you, so yeah, we're only 60 now.
So I'm thinking either 160 and 120 or 165 and 122. If we go 165, that's the biggest I've done since
165. Alexa's going to have a go at lifting these. You ready?
Woo!
Easy!
We've got a new stone.
We'll have to put a bit more weight onto you, won't we? Good lift. You can try like these, Alexa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Probably proportionally about the right height.
Don't have to bend your arm. Keep your
They'll
arm
have to be a
straight.
bit closer in for her, Daddy. What do you think, girl?
Oh!
That's it. Go on.
Well done.
Nice.
Try doing one. Just that one first. Both hands.
That's it. So stand over the top of it. There you go.
Good girl.
Whoa.
Well done. High five.
16 kilo new PB.
Come on, Chloe. Let's go. Come on. Nicely locked in. Come on.
Come on, Chloe.
Yes.
Yes. Nice.
We need to make sure we move that back one.
Yeah.
I think because of where I put it down, it's putting you off, and then it's you naturally have it a little bit more further around than me.
Yeah.
So we just need to make sure if you're going to do another attempt, that one's a bit further over.
Yeah.
Can you feel it moving as you lift?
It's pulling this side more than that side, but it does feel a bit awkward. That's what I'm rubbish at setting it. When that's not here, I'm like,
that's all that was. Just because it was in the wrong position for you, so it then had to like swing out as you start lifting.
So next time, have it a bit further round. But then, lads, head up. Woo. Bloody heavy that, isn't it?
It is.
My thumbs hurt a lot. Yeah. Let's go, mummy.
So Auntie Liz is trying to lift the 122 kilo.
I feel like I should probably have something on my feet.
Try and lift with your legs, chest up.
Go back, darling. Go over there just in case it could go horribly wrong. Mummy could black out or anything. All right, is this a good position? Good position for band dress?
Push your knees out.
Push my knees out?
Yeah.
So they're in a bit.
Drive through your heels.
Okay.
Pull your shoulders back.
No thanks. That may as well be stuck to the floor.
It's heavy, isn't it?
I'll go for the 2040.
It shows you how impressive it is.
It really is.
To lift both of these as an under 70 kilo athlete.
The rings
Mama,
don't
are
really
you
work
wearing your sock?
because I'm wearing trainers today.
I mean, your lifting form isn't the best. So you need to work on that. I don't want you to
I'm
sort
gonna
of
take
Put
off.
my
hurt
back
yourself.
out.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
Maybe have a go on some grip things in a minute.
Yeah, I can do the Captains of Crush trainer.
Mummy.
So we're going to go 175 on the heavy front one, 132 on the back one, which is, you know, we're talking within a few percent of what you're going to be lifting.
I find the pins harder
Yeah.
than the stones. I think the stones just naturally fall into place.
Well,
don't they?
I found the stones easier than the pins.
It's like it angles more towards you, the handle on the stone, whereas on
Yeah.
the pin it's like. "Merp."
Okay, let's try that then. This will be your last lift. This is seriously heavy now, so I'll try and
Can
but-
confirm.
I'm so glad I managed the last one. I was like, oh my god, imagine if they come and I can't pick up 120 and 100.
Honestly, like,
Mummy.
there's a lot of people that can't manage that, so
But also, I think there's a thing, like, I was thinking about the day, and like, if I did fail, which I'm not planning on it, it just goes to show how hard it actually is, because it's not like, oh, she can't do it because I have. It just goes to show, like, I know a lot of people that have done it before, gone to do it again and failed
Yeah.
it.
It's
And
something
get people,
slightly off.
people get so annoyed, but actually I think it shows how difficult it is. I've
Absolutely.
seen like 300 pullers, like men, fail it because it's so hard.
It's a tremendous feat of strength, and like you say, just because you can do it one day doesn't mean you're going to do it the next.
Yeah.
Everything needs to align right and feel good.
Technically a PB if you've not done shadow before.
Yeah, this is a PB.
There you go.
That last one was a
Everyone.
PB.
They've all been a PB, yeah.
Let's go then. Yeah. Nice.
Horrible things.
I don't like that you made that look really difficult. Not physically.
It's just my face.
It's the
His face.
It's
Oh,
just
that
my
is
lifting
just his
face.
face, to be fair, don't worry. He does it on his lighter warm-ups as well, don't be alarmed.
Okay, I'm
It's just his face.
I'm reassured.
So let's make sure this is in the right position for you.
Can we move them back a bit? I think it came
Absolutely.
forward a
Hey,
little bit.
Daddy,
Drop.
I see you.
Oh, this is great. Maybe this is where I've been going wrong. I've been training on my own, having to move everything about. Now
Yeah.
I've got a loss.
Yeah.
Not everyone gets a loss, so you're privileged.
I'm blessed.
You have your uses, don't you, dear? Human forklift.
Hello. Are you recording?
Yeah.
No, you're not. There you go. Happy with that?
He has been genuinely nervous, Chloe. He's been like, what if I can't pick him up? This is going to be
what I've
ridiculous.
I was worried about my hand more than anything.
Yeah.
But hook gripping and these two fingers don't feel too bad. It's these two that are a bit more affected.
Yeah, you've got some arm wrestling strains, haven't you?
Did an arm wrestling match in a strap, and it kind of left some weird pain in my hand, but it's eased down quite a bit. It was quite sore on Saturday.
Arm wrestling scares me so much. I feel like I'd just break straight away.
I'm really enjoying it, but you need to understand the technique.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be good once you know how to connect everything, but when you don't know what you're doing, it can be dangerous.
Matt tries to show me and I'm just like,
Yeah, you don't want your wrist doing that. Big effort. You get this, the stones are going up, no problem. Come on! We might getting that line right. Come on, Chloe. Drive those hips forward.
Come on,
Yep.
Chloe.
Come on!
yeah, I'm good, I'm good.
Just your hand, guys. Just worried you were going to fall back.
No, it's fine.
That one was coming up then.
Yeah. Ow!
Oh. This is a familiar scene.
It is.
This happened before you did it last time. I think your hands are gone, haven't they?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
But
But she did this before the record attempt.
I did.
Yes.
And then it went.
And it was
Yeah.
coming up. That was
It's
coming
so
up.
annoying. I felt it come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of this, isn't it? It's heavy and
Mummy.
you can hurt yourself. So I've got some nice little.
Show your hands to the camera.
Let me see. Oh,
That's nasty there.
But we've got so much time for that to heal up.
Yeah, you've got
before the lift.
more than 2 weeks, or just?
Yeah, just under 2 weeks, I think. So.
But the weight you did before was heavier than you've done training so far, and I can vouch that when you're up there,
it's totally different.
Like I never went the heaviest. I went in the gym. It would always be on game day when you're going to lift the most, and you're within a close percentage. Unfortunately, just the front hand kind of gave way then as that one was coming up.
I'm kind of tempted to put some straps on.
Just to get the lift?
To get the lift.
Yeah.
And save my hands.
Cool.
And see how it goes.
I think that would be easy for you.
Give it a minute, yeah.
Cool.
I like how it doesn't hurt when you first do it because you've got so much adrenaline. So after I'll be like, ah.
It's just such a weird movement.
You're doing a good job, camera girl.
I always find putting straps on so weird.
Yeah, it is on these, definitely. Yeah, come on. Yes!
Nice.
Wait, came up with it. Did it slip?
Came up, just pulling a little bit, and it got my hand again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But I'm not disappointed. I mean, when it gets past that 160, that's a big ask.
Like,
so.
to be honest, it felt really heavy. It kind of does. It just, you go beyond a certain weight and it just all feels horrible.
Oh, yeah, it does. Really horrendous. And it's that feeling it pulling on your hands, even with these on. It's not a nice feeling, but I'm confident now that I've done that 165 that
Cool.
on the stones will be okay.
And then we'll smash it.
Yes,
I've got no doubt
confidence
about it.
restored.
So 15 kilos plus whatever the setup weighs. Do you know what the records are?
No, but I bet they're on the internet.
Yeah. So you said you've done 18 kilos on this before?
I think that's the most I did. But
That's
was
impressive.
a while ago.
That is impressive. I just tried 10 and it again another thing that didn't move.
To be fair, you don't have the nails for it, is it?
I've got great nails, but
I
not,
just
no.
trimmed mine today.
Okay, there we go.
Woo.
Easy. Here's Matt. Say hi, Matt.
Hello.
No
We're
pressure.
sort of geeking out over all those grip stuff.
Yes. Show us your anvil with the horn.
Right then. Show us all this stuff because this is cool.
I'm a bit of a hoarder. I have a bit of a problem. I should be saving up for a wedding, but instead,
So instead of saving for the wedding, you bought an anvil.
And a mouth lifting piece.
Yeah. A mouth lifting piece.
The teeth lifting.
So this is supposed to be a grip test where you pick up the anvil by the horn with one hand.
Yeah, that is a thick horn as well. That's not going to lift it. Not by us anyway.
I think with a bit of chalk on, I think it's possible.
Bit short closet, you'll be fine.
Where's the chalk? When it comes to grip, my kind of sensible head goes out the window. It's like, yeah, let's try it.
Oh.
It's flaking a bit.
There we go.
Just try and get a feel for it sometimes and then kind of guide it down. It's a bit too heavy at the moment. It's not impossible. Like with some training, maybe. It's like it doesn't feel like it's an impossible kind of weight. It would need some serious training. It's bloody heavy. It's a thickness as well.
We'll invite you back in 2 months. See if you can get it.
I'm still yet to weigh it, so I need to.
Smooth as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also the paint's kind of flaking off a bit when I'm
The
pulling
main
it.
thing is how wide it is compared to how they normally are.
Yeah,
But,
it's much wider.
Yeah.
But this is like me in heaven just trying these things out.
And up in Scotland that really wants to try and throw them. They do weight for height with them.
They want to throw the 50.
Those are
Apparently
the
so.
old school weight for
Apparently
height
so.
weights,
Look
aren't
at this chain
they?
Yeah.
as well. Look at the chain link.
Yeah,
we
that
got
was
that in lockdown.
from Lee Marshall. I bought that in lockdown. That was another
This thing,
impulsive buy.
the blob, apparently.
The blob.
Can you show us what you do with a blob?
Just lift it. Oof. Oof. Let's have a go. Let's have a go. Let's have a go. Oof. There you go.
Yeah, nice.
That's the blob.
How much does it weigh?
That is about 20 kilo, that one is.
Okay.
Is it like an easier or harder way, or is it just?
Yeah, so the rough side, that's the easier way. If you've got big enough hands, that'll be harder.
Yeah, that's definitely harder.
It's the rounded, the more round edge. And then also managed to get this dumbbell, the old globe dumbbell. Apparently, Jean-Paul Sigmason and Jeff Capes and Kaz had all competed with this as well.
Really?
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is like a museum.
It's awesome.
You see, Chloe's smiling now. She wasn't when I bought it.
She's smiling for the camera.
It's like, this is eating into my wedding fund.
I was going to say you made it up with a little
When Matt's like, what wedding fund?
It'll happen.
What was left over.
Eventually, and then you've got both.
Eventually, yeah. These things will last.
Yeah.
You know?
Marriages don't all work. Sorry.
These things will be around forever. You might not be. Oh wow!
Box of tricks.
Look at these old photos.
Wow.
Old collectibles, but it's all like old time strongmen. I've yet to have a look through them all properly. Old strong women.
That's really
These
cool.
are like all really old postcards and photos of.
So are these like circus performer strongmen?
Yeah, so like Sandow and Samson. It's all of them are in here, and then there's all more old collectibles.
That's really cool.
But I'm such a geek when it comes to all this sort of thing.
We're geeks as well, though, so
Yeah.
you're in good company
Yeah.
here.
How to develop a powerful grip. I should probably read some of these. All these books and that are so old.
I like this one.
Yeah, the old chair test.
I've done that before. Gripping an open door.
How to get strong and keep strong. Yeah, that's a Sandow book. It's one of the old Sandow books.
There's a hell of a collection you got there.
Wow. You could actually like charge an entry fee into here and then just show people your
A
stuff.
little museum.
I've got a few friends that would absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I've got all sorts. So that's from Pullham. How to use a barbell.
Not everyone knows.
Yeah, got all sorts in there.
It's awesome.
Yeah, Chloe wasn't happy with my purchase.
So I competed in the British Grip Championships years ago, ran by David Horn, and there was this, which is a wrist developer, and I didn't have a clue how to use it. So I was there kind of like doing this kind of stuff, and it was just going nowhere. And then after the competition, David Horn showed me how to do it, and I broke at the time the world record on it after the competition. And if I did that in the competition, I would have won because I was pretty good at some of the other events.
Can you show us how to do it? Hold it up.
I don't know, it's pretty heavy at the moment, but you kind of like had to like tuck your elbow in.
Oh, okay.
So I was kind of trying to do it out there like that. That's heavy on there at the moment. I'm not going to be able to do that. But it was. How heavy is that? That's pretty solid.
It's one of the heavy
Yeah, I
ones.
was going to say, so I'm not going to be able to do that, but you kind of had to get your elbow fixed in and come down on it. But I just kept trying to do that. I think I was last. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. But
Did you not get to watch the other competitors go?
no.
You just
It was
sat
just-
out back.
I just messed around with grip back then. I wasn't sort of good. I wasn't necessarily good at it in terms of like the understanding that I have now. I just found it fascinating. But I might do another grip competition one day.
I'm bored.
You're bored? Do you want to say bye to everyone?
You can close the video. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Wave.
Smile and wave.